tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get to the sports talk by Eli Manning making more than Tom Brady.
TB12.
You know what? Right now, it's not really a big issue to me. You know, because you don't pay guys based on lifetime achievement. So where Tom Brady is in his career, where the New England Patriots are as an offense and as a team, it makes sense to make him whole in a way to put him near the top in the top 10 of quarterback salary. But if you don't want to make him the highest paid based on what you're going to ask him to do, his age, what he's going to do going forward, that's okay. But let's get to like the all-time money list for quarterbacks. There was a time where Tom Brady was the best quarterback in the game, and there wasn't a question when he had Randy Moss and he was throwing for 50 touchdowns, and that team went 16-0-2. Yes, lose to Max's New York Giants in the Super Bowl, but Tom Brady should have been the top-paid quarterback in this league for over a decade. Tom Brady should have made more money throughout his career than any other quarterback that's playing this game. And it's okay that he's taking some shorts to help the team and that he was married to someone.
Yeah, like by him winning 6 Super Bowls with the same organization, by how his career started, Bledsoe was starting over him back then, and then he got hurt. That Bledsoe got hurt. Then he took over from there. Ever since he took over, he ain't been doing nothing but winning and winning and winning. Like he should have been got paid a lot of money because he had proven it for decades already. Look at him. He's 42, still playing like he's 21. He should have been got this big money he got now. Because the stuff he had done for that organization by bringing them 6 Lombardi trophies, it's like once he won that first one, he just kept on winning them. Yeah, he lost a couple of them, but he should been paid a long time ago.
Who also earned a good amount of money.
Made more
but
than him.
But the fact that Eli Manning, your Eli Manning, has made so much more money than Tom Brady, it legitimately makes me sick.
Tom Brady worked with the team and took less in order that he would have a better chance to win. So you make your bed, you line it. Now, you could be mad as a player that the owners clobber you guys in the CBA because they run a de facto monopoly to the point where if you want to be good, you need to take less money. That's ridiculous, right? Like, why should that be the case? Nevertheless, it is. And Tom Brady has studied that and done the right thing by him so that we can sit here today and say that man has 6 Super Bowls. And you can be sick that other guys like Eli, who were inferior to him most of the time, except when it mattered most of the time, got paid more. But that's part of the deal you make. You make your bed, you lie in it, Ryan.
I understand that. I'm not saying that Tom Brady didn't make a bet or that Tom Brady didn't make a decision and choose the new.
I get it, he took less to make his team better. But Eli Manning haven't been good since the Super Bowl runs. And since that little playoff he had against the Packers, ever since that playoff, he just been going downhill. Father time to caught up with him. The Giants should have been moved on for him and got young. And that's why they lost so many players. They willing to trade talent to keep him there, and they ain't doing nothing but holding the Giants back. It's gonna keep holding them back as long as they keep allowing him be there. He need to go ahead and retire and let the young players come up and play quarterback now. Cause he holding the Giants back. If he don't do good this year, what they gonna do? Trade some more talent away and keep him and keep this settling for that? Coaches losing jobs for that. Because they want to keep him there to play quarterback. That window is closed. Like he haven't produced in a long time. He been having horrible years for the last 3-4 years already. When is it gonna be time to move on?
England Patriots and career winning and career longevity and career legacy over the money. What I'm saying is somebody in the New York Giants organization should have been a little bit smarter when they were picking to say, we're going to give Eli Manning this money. The Baltimore Ravens should have been a little bit smarter when they were giving out Joe Flacco's contract and saying, okay, we're going to make him the $100 million man.
What should Dak Prescott get paid? That's what I'm arguing. Don't give Dak.
Shouldn't be there.
Dak should get 20, 22.
There has to be a team to step up and say that. That is just because it's your turn, it's not your turn to be the highest paid.
And also, it's not like, well, I need to reset the market because the cap is going to be what the cap's going to be. If what you're really doing is resetting the market for your position.
Right.
Every penny that goes to you is a penny taken away from another position.
There's going to be a team that has to step up and say, this is what we're willing to pay you, and here is why. But if you offer a guy $26 million, $27 million a year, you can't expect him in this game where earning is so difficult, where seasons can end and careers can end so fast. Guys aren't going to step up and say, you know what, I don't want the money.
What would you
I feel like, what'd you say?
What would you pick? Pretend you're a quarterback, and I understand the salaries. Say you could have 3 rings. You have 1 ring, right?
Right.
So say you could have 3 rings, but you made a little less money.
Well, I will say this. I chose to go back to Pittsburgh over going to another place where I was offered more money because I was happy. Mm-hmm. My family was more comfortable there.
That's different than just winning.
Yeah, and though I knew I'd win and I knew that was where I wanted to play, I was also in a position of being an undrafted guy where rich enough was rich enough to me.
Yeah.
Some of these guys don't feel that way. Some of these guys feel like they need to get all they can while they can, and that's okay as well. So I may have picked differently, but that's not for everybody.
I've actually asked, this is a question that's been interesting to me, so I've asked, I don't know, dozens and dozens of athletes this question over the years, and I've come to the conclusion based on that an athlete, a top professional athlete who has made a lot of money will generally say that they would sacrifice between 5 and 15% of career earnings if they never won a championship. They'd usually give between 5 and 15% of their career earnings if they've made a lot of money to have won a championship.
That's
a lot of money.
Not like 25%.
No,
5 to 15%. If you made millions,
if you made a ton of money.
Am I overblowing that? Like, if once you get rings, you can make more at appearances and endorsements.
You are.
Am I overselling it?
From a football standpoint, you are, because we wear helmets, right? Now, not a lot of these guys are getting the endorsement deals of the Odell Beckham Jr., of the Tom Brady's, and so those things don't work that way. And like in Eli's case,
So quarterbacks do.
In Eli's case, here's also what happened to him. He doesn't have to give back any money because he still got 2 rings. No matter how he got them, he wouldn't think to say, you know what, the way it worked out for me wasn't good. But
That's why I had to say it's nothing wrong continuing to play. But when you see you hold your team back, it's time to pull that plug and let the young guy take over the offense. Don't get me wrong, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champ quarterback. But that's it's like you messing up your Hall of Fame stats to keep playing. How many years they gonna keep going with him that's not going back to the old Eli? When y'all gonna realize that was holding the Giants back? That's why the Giants have been good since that playoff they had against the Packers. There's only one little good year since then. It haven't been no more good years. It's time to go young. But don't get me wrong, he's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. But it's holding the Giants back because the Giants keep having hopes, and he going to keep putting it down because he's not the same player anymore. It's going to be a time you're going to have to move on and let it go. Everybody can't be Tom Brady. It's crazy. You just gotta let it go. The more and more y'all keep hanging on, the more and more your season's gonna be looking at the playoffs and not being in.
to be guys who at the end of their career are going to have a ton of money and not have championships and not have opportunities to play in Super Bowls. So I think they will see it.
Here's the next thing. Bill Belichick, for most of Tom Brady's career, has also been his GM. If Eli Manning were drafted by the Patriots and Bill Belichick were his coach and GM, maybe he would have taken less. Maybe they would have worked together to work something else out. It's much easier to kick the can down the road because Brady has been paid a lot.
Right.
And it's always like, we're going to rework this deal. He's going to get more guaranteed cash. Somehow the team also reduces the cap hit, and then a couple years later they'll have to pay the piper. But he's played for so long, they still haven't, the check still hasn't come due. It's much easier to do that when you trust the organization to build a winner around you. So like we were talking about Kobe Bryant earlier, right? Like you say, what would you have done at the end of Kobe's career? I wouldn't have signed him to that 2-year deal. And listen, I was there at the time. No players wanted to come to play with him in LA. On the other hand, if you're Kobe and you look at who was running the Lakers at that time, you're not like, I'm going to give up money so these guys can go not put a good team around me, right? A lot of that depends on you trusted the team you were on.
That's another reason Brady have so much success. He took less over his career before he took the big money now, because to put a team around him so he can be successful and win championships, and it works out. And now he got his little big money now. He should have had them big contracts, but I see where he was going. He want to win. That's why he took that less.
Ownership and management and GM and coach, because they had proven to you that they could build a winner.
And the other part for Tom Brady, just really quick, I know we're trying to get out, is that he was a 6th-round pick, right? Yeah. And the money that he eventually got is a ton of money for where he was seen and how he was
Eli was first overall.
Drafted.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.